Guts, the brutal black swordsman of Berserk.
And Dimitri,
Love that drawing of
savage
him.
Savior King from Fire Emblem. Vengeance is an ever-malicious force that can
Never
turn
seen
anyone
Fire Emblem.
broken, traumatized.
Unstoppable one-man army. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find
Is
out
Fire
who
Emblem
will
a
win
game?
A death battle.
In the realm of Midland, life really sucks all around. Demons run rampant, villages get pillages, and a helpless elf fairy has become target practice for some thugs. Batter up!
Until walking into the torment comes a stranger clad in black, cleaving
Guts.
through anyone in his way with one humongous sword.
Wiz, that weapon is too big to be called a sword, too massive and thick, more like a slab of raw iron that no normal man could wield.
Suck
Except
it,
for
One
a man
Punch
with a
Man.
simple but
Although I do
mighty
like One Punch Man.
Guts.
But what is it that makes Guts so
I just have a soft
terrifying?
spot for cool
Well, we're about
swords.
to get into some really dark shit. Fair warning.
Born from
Oh
his
yeah, this is
mother's
one of the
recently
darkest
hanged
animes,
corpse,
period.
Guts was taken in by a mercenary band. led
Almost
by
makes Attack on Titan seem
Who
PG.
definitely isn't winning Father of the Year. Gambino put Guts through the ringer, training him with swords way too big for him before putting him into live combat at only 9 years old.
Training with such large swords made Guts inhumanly strong, but he needed a different kind of strength to endure the horrendous abuse he suffered from Gambino.
So he murdered the bastard in self-defense. He deserved it, trust me. With no home or family to speak of, Guts aimlessly wandered for years as a lone mercenary.
Until he caught the eye of the ambitious Griffith. Impressed by Guts' bold battle prowess and blunt honesty, Griffith wanted him. So Guts joined his mercenary group, the Band of the Hawk.
Where Guts' gutsy fighting style made him the perfect captain. The dude was hardcore enough to fight 100 enemy soldiers on his own. And
Nice.
even helped end a 100-year-long war, all while earning respect and glory with Griffith and his group.
For the first time, Guts found true friends and comrades to rely on.
But when Griffith realized he couldn't keep Guts at his side, really bad things happened.
Upon the eclipse, Griffith summoned a bunch of demons, became a super demon himself, and sacrificed Guts' new friends to the abyss. If that wasn't bad enough,
Why?
he marked Guts with a demonic brand, then raped his girlfriend Casca, forcing Guts to watch as his eye was split open and he was forced to tear off his own arm.
Yeah, really bad things.
Guts barely escaped with his life. He vowed to brutally murder Griffith and every demon, down to the last one. No small task, even for him.
And
This makes no sense. It
he's
seems like this guy was
secret
just a dick
weapons.
because he wanted to
Guts'
leave.
Bread and butter is the enormous Dragon Slayer.
6.5 feet long and weighing over 300 pounds, Dragon Slayer is absurd.
I might have to read this manga just to understand everything that's going on. I've been looking for a new anime to get into anyway.
Metal that is harder than steel.
And since Guts has made killing demons his favorite pastime, Dragon Slayer was exposed to so much demonic blood that it exists on the astral plane, meaning it can harm any supernatural monster. God, this thing's heavy.
Guts also carries
Still like Zabuza's sword better.
and throwing knives, but I'm partial to his mechanical arm, complete with a wondrous invention of a repeater crossbow and a secret cannon.
That's neat and all, but they aren't as awesome as Dragon Slayer here. God, how does he do this? Okay, the repeater crossbow is pretty cool.
Push-ups.
It can fire a volley of 4 to 5 bolts per second, making it the go-to option for mowing down groups of bad guys. And hey, if
Okay.
you gotta lose your hand, replacing it with a goddamn super gun is the way to go. Even demons
What I
are
would
afraid
do.
of this thing. See ya, Snakeface!
With his collection of weapons and indomitable will, Guts slaughtered everyone and everything in his way.
Be it an army of trolls, a supersonic elf fairy, or some Bible thumper whose blows were like cannons.
But while Guts took the physical challenges in stride, his mental strife was a different story.
He had demons to deal with, literally and figuratively, always tormented by his inner beast of darkness.
Guts tried to shoulder
To
the
be fair, if
struggle.
anyone is
Even
like
for a time,
justified in having all these issues, it's probably him.
survived, but was mentally broken. Nothing would replace the comrades Guts lost during the eclipse. However, through his resilience, he eventually saw the dangerous path he was on, and so reunited with Casca and eventually came to depend on new companions.
Including pretty boy Serpico. He doesn't look like much, but the guy is fast enough to dodge lightning at speeds over 100 times faster than sound. And Guts
So
is
he's,
catch up
what's
with
his
more
name
than
from
once.
Demon Slayer?
Thanks to the Lord of Korra, Guts got his deadliest and
Zemitsu, yeah,
assassin,
Zemitsu.
the Berserker armor.
Oh, that shit's so clean.
All mental limitations. This armor gives Guts a huge amp in strength. Pain means nothing to him now, and it even heals injuries.
So he basically
on the
turned into the
fly.
Hound from Game of Thrones?
What I meant was it pierces his torn flesh and broken bones together so he can fight until the actual last drop of blood has left his body. Man, that's hardcore.
And extremely risky. Donning the armor has been nearly disastrous for him more than once.
Yeah, when he's in a stitched-up rage, the Beast of Darkness is gnawing on his mind, tempting him to go berserk. Bam! Title drop.
Guts' tenacity is a sight to behold. He's held back a demonic dragon, withstood being impaled, and even teamed up with a fabled demon swordsman to take down an apostle that can channel lightning.
Of course. There's always someone that can use lightning.
Panel ever. Just look at it. If that's not badass enough for you, Guts killed a giant sea god from the inside.
With its whale, this behemoth created a storm that covered an entire island. The kinetic energy of such a storm is immense.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I must get it from the inside.
Such a storm would need to exceed 600 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah, that's right. Guts gutted a sea monster whose shout was a natural disaster.
He needed to do that and much more to reach Elfhelm, where Casca's lost sanity was finally returned. Things were looking up.
Like her sanity is an actual, like,
But that
person?
bastard Griffith just wouldn't leave him alone.
No matter how tragic his tale becomes, Guts will persevere for his allies, both past and
The
present.
Guts killer or something?
Friends, a renewed heart,
Just gonna leave me
a
hanging, dude?
sword, and the last thing any man, demon, or god wants to do is mess with him. Fuck yeah!
On the continent of Fodlan lies the holy kingdom of Fargus, a
Fargus.
knightly nation where the youth learn to swing a sword before they can write their own name.
So this is a
Prince
video
Dimitri
game.
Alexandra Blathid was no exception.
The kid was a prodigy, able to spar with
Hate
far
that
more
animation.
experienced warriors, in part because he was a crest bearer.
Or someone gifted mystical power through the blood of the goddess Sothis. Those born with a crest gain anything from enhanced magic to superhuman strength.
At 9 years old, Dimitri could lift giant boulders, run across mountains for hours, and constantly broke swords by accident. Most elites who had a crest also had a massive ego, but not Dimitri.
Right, Dimitri was strong but generally kind, like when he gave his childhood friend Edelgard a dagger. An earnest, if odd gift.
Yeah.
I got shotgun shells for my first but life took a turn for Dimitri when a mysterious group murdered
I mean, what
his
else would you
dad
get a
in
girl
bunch
you
of
got a
night,
crush on?
burning them all in front of him and leaving the poor kid with some serious survivor's guilt.
Guilt that only worsened when the country of Dusker was unjustly blamed for the tragedy. Dimitri lamented that he could not stop Fargus's corrupt nobles.
Don't worry though, when those same nobles rebelled a couple years later, he fought them like a beast, slaying them all with sadistic glee.
The savage side would emerge when Dimitri was reminded of the tragedy he witnessed. Otherwise, his chivalrous charm remained forefront.
With guidance from his dead dad's buddy Rodrigue, Dimitri got into the Garrick Monk Officers Academy, where he led the Blue Lion's house and learned the mystic arts.
Well, he's not the most proficient in it, but Dimitri did learn healing and elemental magics, able to call down lightning or even channel it through his weapons.
As
long as I could do stuff like that, that's all I'd really need to know.
He learned this and more from everyone's favorite Smash Bros. Character,
Nice
Professor
sword.
Byleth.
Assuming you picked Dimitri's Blue Lions when you played Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're getting a little meta here, but his story turns out very differently depending on the path chosen. Aside from the Blue Lions, there's Edelgard's Black Eagles,
And the Golden Deer, led by the crafty Claude Von Regan, aka the Best House.
that band of goofy misfits. The Black Eagles are a far more cohesive unit.
Nah, fear the deer, Wiz.
You have no idea what
I'm
you're
with the
talking
deer.
about.
I like stags. I like Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones.
The Goths.
Anyway, in Dimitri's route, he mastered all manner of weaponry. Lances, swords, axes, gauntlets, and more.
Some of these weapons use magic, some use poison, and others are used to slay giant monsters. But all of them made Dimitri an ace at warfare, especially when Byleth taught him some special skills.
The seal movement technique stops foes in their tracks. Frozen Lance skewers enemies with ice, and Swordbreaker boosts evasion against blade users. To top it off, Dimitri can enter an awakened state for even more power.
Dimitri led
Of course
his
he can.
classmates through thick and thin, but everything changed when he suspected the one behind the tragedy of Dusker was his old dagger friend, Edelgard. Dun dun dun!
To end
So-
Fodlan's oppressive crest system, Edelgard and her empire declared war on Fargus and the
The girl he had a crush on ended up being the bad guy?
Before, But after this betrayal, he snapped, vowing to kill every last one of them. For 5 years, he slaughtered the enemy, all to appease the voices that called for Edelgard's head.
He's not exaggerating. Dimitri truly believes his dead loved ones cry to him, unable to know peace until he claims vengeance.
As if prince-turned-murderer hobo wasn't scary enough, he wields the ultimate lance, the hero's relic, Eredfar.
Forged from the bones of
So he's kind of like a crazy John Wick.
Is much
Alright.
stronger than ordinary metal. It can pierce any armor with its signature move, Atrocity, and only crest bearers can wield it without mutating into a monstrous black beast.
With his lance, Dimitri kept killing, but no bloodshed could calm his mind. He reached peak war crimes, torturing an enemy commander in blind rage.
But when his actions led to Rodrigue making the ultimate sacrifice, Dimitri was broken, terrified of yet another voice haunting him.
Except this time, he had his professor to help him out. We've really gotta pay teachers more, y'all.
He still felt hatred for Edelgard, but looked past it to the friends and kingdom he neglected and made a choice.
Instead of killing every last one of them, he would save every last one by retaking Fargus's capital.
A task this wretch-turned-savior king had the strength to do.
Dimitri has dodged meteors going Mach 60, decimated a squad of soldiers with one spear throw, and defeated a wizard from the magic Illuminati.
This is Talus, whose power shook a futuristic underground city.
And Dimitri just walked through his magic like it was nothing.
Dimitri's also more than a match for
Damn,
Edelgard,
Dimitri.
who, in her room,
Might just have to
bested
start
the
rooting for
Archbishop
you.
of The Church of Seros, Rhea.
This is important because after dragging it up, Rhea survived 2 exploding javelins of light, aka magic nukes. Jeez, and Dimitri can fight on her level?
Indeed, but in the end, despite half a decade of slaughter, Dimitri was hesitant to kill Edelgard, in part from learning she wasn't responsible for the tragedy. Still, both monarchs had ideas for Fodlan that were simply incompatible.
And then Edelgard pulled a fast one with that old dagger present. Dimitri definitely felt that irony.
The war was over. With his allies at his side,
Dimitri
gained his
definitely
place
felt
as
that
a
irony.
king.
Unless, you picked a different house. His story doesn't end very happy in those.
But though the voices of the dead will haunt Dimitri until his final breath, so long as he has his friends, conviction, and compassion for the living, he will find peace.
Let's hop to it.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
I honestly don't know who to root for. I love both these characters now. I'd honestly be fine with whoever wins, and I don't know enough about either of their animes or games or whatever to make an actual, honest opinion of who I think should win.
Strong. What drives your slaughter? Save the high and mighty crap till you're dead.
Guts has the cooler weapon, but I do like that spear staff thing he has. Come on, Dimitri! Ooh. Dang, get him, Guts! Shit!
I will tear your head from your shoulders. The dead must have their revenge.
I keep going back and forth in my head. I was rooting for Dimitri, but Guts had to go in with that savagery.
Go to hell. Bastard.
Not done yet.
Promise, I'll kill them. All of them. Down to the last one.
Alright, Aaron Yeager up in here. Let's do this. Alright, Guts. I might have to just root for you. That armor is just way too clean. No.
Enough of this.
No! Guts! Yeah, I figured Dimitri would win. He has too much magic. Guts?
Still standing? So we're both shackled to the dead. You foul beasts will not have his soul!
KO! I don't know what's scarier, Dimitri the
You
Demon
freaking
or
tease!
still standing there. He was a badass till the end.
Being fast enough to dodge
I thought-
lightning, Guts
alright.
actually had a slight speed advantage over Dimitri.
Get my
Although
hopes
skills
up, why don't
seal
ya?
movement and Swordbreaker helped Dimitri close the gap.
And while Dimitri had some minor healing magic to fall back on, it wasn't gonna compete with the raw endurance from the Berserker armor.
Still, Dimitri's absurd strength and wider pool of weapons and abilities gave him plenty of ways to wear Guts down. Against Dimitri's electricity magic, Guts' sword and armor were vulnerable conductors, making every clash an opportunity to electrocute him.
Sure, Guts has defeated lightning callers before, but he needed help. Not to mention, moves like Atrocity can pierce through armored foes, bypassing half the point of wearing the Berserker armor.
Guts could power through some of Air's
That makes
damage,
sense.
but he wasn't invincible and could not heal from fatal wounds.
Then there's both fighters' raw power. Slaying demons is really impressive, obviously, but not always on par with magic nukes.
Dragon,
Remember,
yeah.
in Edelgard's route, she defeated Rhea,
Dragons
who
are always
survived
more
2
impressive than
Javelins of
demons.
Light. In Dimitri's route, he defeated Edelgard while she was a powered-up crest monster. That happened.
So, if Rhea could take on the Javelins of Light, Dimitri should be at a similar level. So, let's find out how strong a Javelin is.
In Fodlan's lore, several javelins decimated a forest, forming the Valley of Torment. However, the exact number of javelins used to create the valley was never given, making the power of an individual javelin unclear.
But we do know the Javelins in this attack were supposed to hit the Garrigmach Monastery, until the
Okay.
goddess Sothis noped them away and they hit the forest instead.
We also know that the Javelins of Light are not limitless, with typically no more than 6 being used at once, even against structures similar in size to Garrigmach.
So, if a similar amount were used in the attack that made the valley, each Javelin would pack a payload that's over 3 gigatons of TNT.
Even if we severely
Okay.
lowballed this and said the destruction was divided between 10, 50, or even 100 different Javelins of Light, surviving 2 Javelins would still be greater than the best of Guts' feats, even scaled to the Sea God. Guts' persistence meant he wouldn't go down easy, but against Dimitri's inhuman strength, devastating abilities, and fervent willpower, it was just a matter of time before the vengeful king wore through him.
Saying it makes me berserk, but Guts could only go so far, Gus.
The winner is Dimitri Alexandra Blathid.
Yeah, okay. I can understand
Thanks
that
for
one.
watching.
But I
Stay
still
tuned,
feel like
we
this
have
was
new
kind of a
death
bad
metal releasing
matchup.
every 2 weeks.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video with me. I mean it, it means the world to me that you guys are liking and subscribing to all my videos. Thank you so much. We're getting more and more followers every day. I'm going to be reacting to more death battles in the future. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but I'm also going to be streaming Ghost of Tsushima soon, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I might be streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Let me know in the comments which of the 3 you'd like to see first. I want to do Ghost of Tsushima though the most because I want to get all my badges and prestiges on it. I want to get all the saddles finally. I want to get all the loot, and I want to start playing Legends mode. So keep your eyes open for that. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Have an awesome day. Take it easy.